Hi, Kelly Cedar, Columbus Bank and Trust. And on this week's episode of CBT in the Community, I have Nicole Saalfeld, not an owner of just one business, but 4 businesses in town. All right, Nicole, tell me about how you became a business owner of 4 businesses.
Okay. Well, I guess I get asked this a lot because I don't feel like I'm crazy, but other people do. With that, I guess I have always found myself to be a good leader in any work that I've ever done, and I like managing people. I like dealing with people, and I guess one thing leads to another. Usually it's a connection of some sort. Someone has an idea maybe that they present to me, or an opportunity that's presented. And that's kind of actually how all of them got started, now that I think about it. Fabulous Forever was the first one, and my sister and I had an idea to open a store secondhand, and the building became available, and everything just kind of lined up, and from there transpired, and now here we are 4 businesses later and 13 years, and it's been fun.
Wow, that's incredible. Honestly, it really is, and you have to be very proud of yourself for, if you think back, 13, 15 years ago, did you ever imagine yourself being where you are today?
Never. No, I mean, I've always, like I said, I've always took the initiative to be a leader in that, but I never really thought I would own multiple, maybe one, just because I don't really like working for other people, but, and I know I'm a hard worker, so I'm like, if I'm going to work this hard, I might as well, do it for my own benefit. But, yeah, the 4 kind of was a surprise.
So back to Fabulous Forever. That idea came to fruition. And what have you learned from that? What have you taught other people from that? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So yeah, Fabulous Forever, growing up with mostly sisters, we obviously shared clothes a lot. We got hand-me-downs from cousins, relatives, friends. So the idea of the business was not new. There was Plato's Closet is probably the most comparative and familiar that we like to say that we are similar to, that people understand. So it's like consignment, but we just buy the items. And we just noticed there was a need in the community, not only for just more clothing stores to shop at, but something like that. There had been a couple of previous people that have tried a similar concept. They weren't open very long, which in our heads were, can be a multitude of things. It didn't, work for them. They didn't want to work the hours. It's a lot of work. People don't realize, like, just sorting clothes all day and tagging them, like, it's a lot of work, a lot of hours. Amy and I have sacrificed, missing things with our family and friends and life to put our hearts into that business. And so we have definitely learned a lot along the way. Mainly, styles are always changing, markets changing, the economy is changing. COVID was obviously a huge setback for us. We couldn't be open. Well, then people weren't shopping. Well, then they couldn't try on, and then you had to quarantine items. It was just wild. That's probably the wildest, and even with the bar business too.
So tell me how you manage your time and responsibilities across 4 different businesses. So how do you do it?
So Fabulous Forever is my full-time. That's where I'm at. I call it my 9 to 5. The bars and House Sips, we have full staff. So my co-owner with House Sips, Morgan, she manages that business staff, kind of the day-to-day operations, essentially all of it. I'm the moral support team cheerleader. So that one kind of, and we, like I said, we have full staff, and each bar also has full staff. So obviously I have great people that I trust and that do good for me.
So what drives you to get involved, be involved, and stay involved?
As far as the organizations and other things that I'm involved in, obviously I have to just feel passionate about it. I'm involved in Columbus in Action, who's doing wonderful things. I'm on the CASA board, also very near and dear to my heart. I've been actively involved with Center for Survivors, another one that's near and dear to my heart. So I just try to find those organizations that I feel like I can help out with, bring new ideas to the table or be supportive of what they're doing in the community and make it better and improve it.
And that wraps up this week's episode of CBT in the Community with Nicole Saalfeld and her 4 businesses. We'll see you next time.